the diary application that I created for my Android application development project. If the user don't have an account, and they need go to sign up. After sign up the account, we can see that got 3 types of diary, which recommend diary, food diary, and travel diary. In each type of diary, there got few examples of diary based on different picture. In the main page, it's also built in the location service, which can help the user to determine their physical location. In here, we can see we are in Singapore. After seeing the example of diary and the location service, we can go to the right diary page. In here, we need to write the title, for example, travel diary, and the content. Today, I went to Universal Studio, and we can choose to add a picture. After capture the picture and write the diary, we can upload it together. After write the diary, we will be led back to the main page, and we can choose to log out the account. This is the source code that implements the feature of sign out page. It will use file-based authentication. When the user want to sign up for an account, they need to input email, input password, and re-input password in order to make sure both passwords is matched. If both password is not matched, it will display the message of password are not same, and the password input by the user must be at least 6 characters. Once the user sign out the account, it will show the message of successful register. Otherwise, it will show authentication failed because they have similar email address repeated. And this is the linear layout for the sign out page. This is the source code that implements the feature of sign in page. It will also use the file-based authentication. Once the user want to sign up for the account, they need to input the email and input password, and the password input by the user must be at least 6 characters. And this is the layout for the sign-in page. It will also use the linear layout. This is the source code that implements the feature of location service. Firstly, it will attempt the support map fragment and get notified when the map is ready to use, and request the permission. Once the permission is permitted to use, the user will be able to locate their physical location, and the Google Map API key will be put in the Android manifest.xml, and the Google Map API key is in here. The source code to implement the custom list of viewing of example diary based on different picture. In the main_activity.java, it will send to the custom list class, and it will retrieve the image from the drawable. And the layout design for the custom list will be using the list view, which in this part. This is the source code that implements the function of capture photo using camera. You will have start preview and stop preview. In here, this part of source code, it will send to the preview.class, which this class, the preview activity.java. In this part of source code, it will save the temporary file, whereas in this part, it will starting to preview the camera and stop preview of the camera. This is the source code that implements the right diary page. The diary written by the user will be saved to the file-based storage, and this is the storage reference. This part of source code is upload the diary and the image to the online file-based storage. In the diary class, it will have the title and content, and this is the linear layout design for the right diary page.